Trending on the news. INEC introduces new voter authentication device, the bimodal voter authentication system. Nigerian government condemns coup d'etat in the Republic of Guinea. Plus, former President Goodluck Jonathan in Mali on peaceful mission towards civilian taking over power. Details of this and more presently. A very good evening. Welcome to Nta Calabar News at 7. I am Maureen Diwajom. Now the news in detail. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has introduced a new voter authentication device known as the Bimodal Voter Accreditation System. The BVA performs the functions of both the smart card reader and the Z-Pad. The BVAs will also be used for the uploading of results during elections. African Union AU has appealed for the immediate release of Guinea President Alpha Condé and also condemned the military action against the government by special forces. President of the African Union Felix Tshisekedi and the chairman of the African Union Commission Moussa Faki Mohamed condemns the seizure of power by force and called for the immediate release of President Alpha Condé. The Continental Body, in a statement, has therefore invited the Peace and Security Council of the African Union to urgently examine the new situation in Guinea and take appropriate measures in the circumstances. Similarly, the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has noted with great concern the recent political developments which occurred in Conakry, Republic of Guinea. The organization condemned with greatest firmness the coup attempt and demanded respect for the physical integrity of the President of the Republic, Professor Alpha Condé, and his immediate and unconditional release, as well as that of all the personalities arrested. It also demanded the return to constitutional order and reaffirmed its disapproval of any unconstitutional political change. President Condé was detained by the special forces with Colonel Mohamed Douaboya, who has reportedly been identified as the head of the action, announcing the dissolution of the government, suspension of the constitution, and the closure of the country's borders. Colonel Douaboya said the army has been forced to act because of poverty, endemic corruption, abuse of power, and lack of respect for democratic principles. The announcement followed heavy gunfire near the presidential palace in the capital, Conakry. Meanwhile, Nigeria has expressed its sadness by the apparent coup that has taken place in the Republic of Guinea, describing the incident as a clear violation of the ECOWAS Protocol on Democracy and Good Governance. In a statement by Minister of Foreign Affairs, Nigeria strongly condemns and rejects any unconstitutional change of government and therefore calls on those behind the coup to restore constitutional order without delay and protect all lives and property. The West African Regional Bloc's envoy for Mali, Goodluck Jonathan, is in Bamako, Mali, amidst growing doubts about whether the ruling junta will respect an African Union and ECOWAS deadline to hand over power to civilians next February. Former President Goodluck Jonathan is expected to meet with the local Transition Monitoring Committee, the civil society, and political parties. According to his schedule, he will meet with Prime Minister Kojo Maïga before an encounter with the head of the military junta, Colonel Assimi Goïta, on Tuesday. Mali faces an ambitious timetable to facilitate its return to constitutional rule, which includes a referendum on October 31st, regional and local elections on December 26th, and the first round of presidential and legislative elections on February 27th, 2022. However, the transition has missed several deadlines, including sending a new draft constitution to the transitional parliament for debate, with some accusing the military of deliberately dragging its feet on the process. Transition plans were jolted by a second coup in less than a year in May. The army rulers have vowed to respect the transition schedule, but political parties and activists have accused them of seeking to dominate power. The federal government is ready to withdraw the case instituted against the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors if the striking doctors return to work. The Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, said this after a meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari at the presidential villa in Abuja. The minister explained that some workers have lost their pay during previous strikes under the no work, no pay rule, and the same punishment will be meted on the striking doctors if they refuse to resume. The minister also revealed that a list of 8,000 doctors are to benefit from the medical residency training fund being considered by the government. The local government congress of the All Progressives Congress in Cross River State was adjudged as peaceful by some stakeholders of the party, noting that the development has further entrenched the party in the state. Correspondent tells us more. The local government congress of the All Progressives Congress took place in all the 18 local government areas of Cross River State. Observers at the event adjudged it is peaceful and smooth. Areas noted for violence in the past for electoral matters like Calabar South local government area witnessed calm as the exercise was devoid of rancor.
Everybody we have sent from each of our ward, all the word I have to charge you with is service above self. Keep your personal interests aside and let the party be supreme.
There is no victory if there is no struggle.
Some concerned leaders of the party expressed delight for the smooth conduct of the exercise, which culminated in the emergence and presentation of chapter executive members to the public and INEC representatives. In Calabar. You are watching news reaching you from the studio of Nta Calabar. You can watch this newscast on our YouTube channel at YouTube/Nta Calabar. We'll take a break and the news continues shortly.
As news breaks from the north, south, east, and west of Nigeria, we bring it to you. News from the length and breadth of Cross River State is sent to you via this channel.
With movers and shakers in various spheres of influence talking to us, we carve a niche and showcase our experience in broadcasting, because it's Nta Calabar before others.
You can't get this anywhere else. It's only here on Nta Calabar News, showing at this times 3 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and 7 p.m. every day. Nta Calabar News. Our experience counts.
Welcome back to the rest of the news. Cross River State tourism potentials are abound in cuisines, dressing, and dances, as well as nature's abundant endowments. And these have been described as veritable assets for the country's tourism development and promotion. This endowment is coming from the Director General, Nigerian Tourism Development Corporation, Folorun Shukoga, during the Calabar edition of the Nigerian Flavors. Correspondent reports. Apart from heritage sites and monoliths, which are common features in Calabar and the entire state, the clean and green nature, the cuisines, dress sense, and the dances of the people of Cross River State make tourism potential for the development and promotion of the industry in Nigeria.
First of all, the food. The cuisine of people of Cross River is just amazing. I have been introduced to so many things. I think the cuisine makes it a destination. I think the people are also very friendly and very warm and very welcoming. I find that another attribute of Cross River State that is conducive to tourism. Behind me, you can see Cali Vegas being built, I've been to Iata Island across the lagoon. This is the marina, not to talk of the waterfalls, the dense rainforests, the watermark. No matter how you look at almost every state in Nigeria, if you package the good things you are good at, people will come to you. Tourism is a thank you for the state of well-being.
The Calabar edition of Nigerian Flavors again presents a platform for these endowments of Cross River State to be showcased.
What we are doing is creating the equivalent of about a month's sales in one day. So little vendors who really wouldn't have this throughput through their businesses are here. I think there are about 52 vendors here. The stage is a small business. The lights, the sound, the screen, that's what we see here. The next level is the suppliers of the food items, the supplier of the diesel, then the staff that man all these little small businesses. And it's something that once done here, I've already just even been informed that they're not going to break it down today. I'm leaving tomorrow. But it continues. And there's nothing that stops the tourism board, after seeing how this is done, from doing it quarterly, monthly.
Participants at the fair are full of excitement for the initiative of the Nigerian Tourism Development Corporation. Visitors and tourists had time to unwind in the hospitality atmosphere that Calabar provides, living its meaning of come and live and be at rest.
There is food fair, there is fashion. Nigerian Flavor Calabar edition is one big event that has come to Cross River State. It's a booster for the economy of the state. Talking about businessmen, you can see young businessmen and women are all gathered here. And as for those who are in Calabar particularly,
I think it's something we should do regularly to help entrepreneurs, to encourage entrepreneurs in town to, sell and encourage people to actually get doing something, no matter how small it is. In fact, someone will say like, I'm selling Gary. Yes, I'm selling Gary, but does it look like the regular Gary? It doesn't. So it's something, it brings more change to the pocket,
It's an avenue to showcase what I do. I want to show people that you can actually get everything you need in drinks and it doesn't have to be alcoholic.
Nigerian Flavors Calabar edition was held at the scenic and iconic Marina Resort, where the aroma of Nigeria's rich delicacies filled the venue. Maureen Liu. And to COVID-19 update, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control has confirmed 459 new cases of COVID-19 in Nigeria. The data shows that the cases were confirmed from 18 states and recorded that Lagos topped the chart with 185 cases, followed by Abia and Oyo with 38. Akwa Ibom and Cross River have 33 cases each, Ogun 24, Ekiti 23, Benue 15, Kwara 14, Kano 12. Others affected are Delta and FCT with 10 each, Edo 9, Kaduna 5, Ogun 3, Katsina, Nasarawa and Rivers have 2 cases each, while Bayelsa has 1 case so far. The total number of confirmed cases of the pandemic stands at 195,511, with 184,529 persons discharged, while 2,552 persons could not survive the virus. Now, her story went viral, and all for the wrong reasons. She was accused of severely beating and harming a minor, entrusted in her care as a housemate and leaving her mark for life. Cordelia Okwoma has been looking into this case that has generated public outcry.
The level of injury inflicted on the little girl indicates a pure case of man's inhumanity to man. Cane marks all over her body and a huge scar on her left shoulder is an obvious sign of repeated scarring of that particular part of the skin. And as for her charred lips, Newsline gathered it was as a result of the little girl being forced to drink very hot water, which also burnt her tongue and apparently throat. The same hot water was mixed with pepper and poured on her body, in addition to flogging her with iron. What was her crime, you may ask? She allegedly broke a plate.
It's even different when you say maybe the person picked up a machete by the side or a rod and hit the person. Maybe that rod is just there and it's spontaneous. You just hit the person at the bottom. But this one, you went to boil hot water, you prepared everything, and within the time you didn't have any kind of change of mind, and you went and executed the act. So I look at such people as being possessed by the devil.
Abia State Commandant of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Olowu Ayinla, has condemned the act in very strong terms, urging parents to be very careful about who they entrust their children in their care.
There's every reason to empower the mothers out there so that they will not be. Then again, there should be holistic, free education. Free education. Every child. There's this Child Right Act. That law should be enforced to the letter. Let every child have the opportunity of going to school. Now, if you go to school, it ends poverty.
The young lady in the middle of the controversy, Zizi Ojugo Kelechi David, looks so innocent you can swear for her. She is no doubt a society lady from all indications of her posts in the social media, which have now been pulled down as she has seen the bad side of the same social media since the story broke. Wife of the Abia State Governor, Nkechi Bazu, had...
We sincerely apologize for inability to conclude that report, and we hope to follow it up and keep you updated with the fallout in subsequent bulletin. Moving on, Ember months are the last 4 months, September, October, November, and December of each calendar year. This month's Christian faithful say are loaded with human activities as well as vehicular movement, which most times results in road crashes and other misfortunes. Correspondents in this report sought the views of some Christians on their level of spiritual preparedness to avert the negative and psychological effects attributed to these months.
Ember months sometimes comes with high expectations by all class of people who may want to be fast to cover up for those things they were not achieved from the beginning of the year. As a result, people seem to be on high pressure, which affects their lifestyle and culminates into increase in road mishap and robbery. What is expected of Christians during these dreaded months of the year that keeps people on their toes, both spiritually and physically?
Ember month is a dreaded month that before you enter Ember month, you have to do a lot of spiritual preparations. If you were praying 1 hour before, you double it. If you were studying 5 chapters of the scriptures, you double it. And you also carry a forensic evaluation of your spiritual life so as to be in tune with God.
If we look at September, October, November, December as other months, we will try and mellow down some of the things that we do. You see on the road, drivers are in a hurry. Keke riders are in a hurry. Market women are in a hurry. School children are in a hurry. Everybody seems to be in a hurry. And even crime itself accelerates during this period. You see people trying to pick from where they didn't sow, just to show people that, oh, they have arrived, something has come, the end of the year has come. But if we maintain our integrity, if we live as God created us, if we walk according to time and the planning of God, we should know that the God that kept us in January is equally good to keep us throughout September to December.
From what I learned in the scripture, he knows from the beginning of the world that this day will be like this. September 1st will be like this. Till the end of the Ember years will be like this. Understand? So I will just tell him, I don't know if you heard the prayer I said there, God, let thy will be done. Because nobody can change his will.
Some Christian denominations say they organize church programs such as crusade and other activities line up for this period to turn the tide of some evil happenings associated with these months of the year.
Today is the flag off of the Ember Month celebration called Feast of Exemption, where my people will be exempted from all evil and by the blood of Jesus. And so all the children of Israel were exempted from shame, exempted from death, they were exempted from trouble. And so we are picturing from there for the 4 months of September, October, November and December, the Feast of Exemption.
All days, all weeks, all months, all years are the same in the sight of God. It has been His grace or by His pleasure that He fixes those months, put those months in position. And before you get, there are people that will rejoice this September, that they will not see October. It has been in God's plan. So what we say is, oh God, let your will be done.
The general advice is watch and pray without ceasing for God's protections, and not only in Ember months. In Calabar, Arut Ndem, NTA News.
And for a long time now, residents of Calabar have been living in fear as a result of what many describe as an alarming rate of crime, ranging from kidnapping, robbery and destruction of lives and property. To nip this in the bud, residents have resorted to various means of fighting criminality, if they must sleep with their 2 eyes closed. Erika Ivy in this report examines one of the steps embarked by residents of Calabar to secure their lives.
Calabar, the capital of Cross River State, generally defined by residents and visitors as come and live and be at rest, seems to be losing touch with the definition. This is not far-fetched because for some time now, residents at virtually every gathering discuss issues of attack on the lives and property. Some residents attacked by a gang of robbers choose to remain anonymous, say their experiences have been horrifying and cannot be wished for any enemy. There have been footages of a notorious gang of robbers numbering over 30 who go about terrorizing residents in their houses, dispossessing them of their belongings. This trend seems unabated, and residents appeal for a change so that the peace of Calabar can return.
Vigilante actually needed in the society. We need them because I feel they are more proactive. They are amongst us, they live with us, they know people around us, so we really do need them.
Most times you call the police and it takes time, it takes minutes, most times hours. But with the vigilantes, it even prevents the crime from even occurring in that environment.
Vigilante, as in my opinion, is a supporting group to police. Police cannot do all the job.
As a self-help project, residents in different communities have taken to forming vigilante groupings to assist in the fight against crime. One of the reasons for the formation of the vigilante groups, according to residents, is for early interventionist strategy toward criminals who may come into their spaces to perpetrate vices before the arrival of security personnel. For them, this is proving results.
They are protected, very agile, very normal. When you see them, even for night, they are there 50-50.
The vigilante that is in federal housing are of different beats, different areas. Like this area around NTA, they have their own vigilante. And so far, they have been of very good use to us. Before, they used to practice jungle justice. But since the emergence of this vigilante, they have not been jungle justice.
The police in Cross River State, through its spokesperson, maintained that the state has witnessed relatively peace, adding that the police is working with some members of the public and some voluntary vigilante groups to check insecurity.
Crime is crime, whether organized or not organized, as far as we are being caught. But if you go Ogoja, other places like Ikom, along the road, you see vigilante, you see a policeman, maybe put on a uniform. You know, they are all working together just to make sure the work is being done and bring peace to the community.
Many residents still have their hopes alive that someday high levels of criminality will be a thing of the past sooner than later. In Calabar, Erika Ivy, NTA News.
And that's about the size of our package tonight. But before we get a quick recap of our major stories, the Independent Electoral Commission, INEC, has introduced a new voter authentication device known as the Bimodal Voter Accreditation System. Nigerian government has condemned the coup d'etat in the Republic of Guinea, describing the incident as clear violation of the ECOWAS Protocol on Democracy and Good Governance. Also in the news, former President Goodluck Jonathan is in Bamako, Mali, amidst growing doubts about whether the ruling junta will respect the African Union and ECOWAS deadline to hand over power to civilians next February. Thanks for watching and do enjoy the rest of our programs. Good night.
The north is so beautiful, and the food, it's nothing like I have ever tasted before. The color,
vibrant. What about the aroma?
the aroma, oh gosh, it smells just like this one.
This smells so good.
Yeah,